sometimes we forget as Vancouverites the beautiful surroundings that we have and kind of take it for granted. So I try not to take it for granted and capture some of that stuff to share with others.
Ryan Voutilainen has lived his entire life in Vancouver. He loves his city and he has a passion for weather. But life in a pandemic has allowed him to see his city through new eyes. Unable to gather with friends, he found himself walking a lot.
I know I've covered a lot of ground. In the month of February alone, I walked over 300 kilometers throughout downtown and surrounding areas. And now we're talking about, hopefully when things are relaxed a little bit, is keeping this up, because I'm way more active now than I was before the pandemic.
With his iPhone at the ready, Ryan says it's important to explore different areas of the city on foot. That's how he's uncovered a lot of its hidden history.
Under one of our bridges leading into downtown, the Candid Bridge, there was a whole sawmill that was there back in the day that there's still, if you don't stop and look, you'd never know that this rocky little outcrop was part of one of the walls of the building that existed back in the early 1900s, which kind of goes back to our original history as a real logging town and fishing type community.
Discovering Vancouver's past may be new for Ryan, but observing the weather certainly isn't. It's been an interest since he was a child, but one that's not always shared.
Sometimes I drive my friends a little bit crazy on occasion when we're driving down the road. I'm like, okay, we need to pull over and I need to capture this. They're like, what are you capturing? I'm like, there's the cumulonimbus cloud over there and it looks amazing. Let's take a photo of it so I can tweet it out.
A rarity on the coast, Ryan admits he has prairie storm envy and can recount in detail the last thunderstorm of note to strike the area.
We had one last August where I was able to capture some lightning over UBC, which I loved the photo and I loved being able to sit out there, and it was midnight and it was 23 degrees outside and it felt, with the humidex, like 27. I'm like, it felt like being in Florida, and here we were in Vancouver that evening, and it only happens every few years, so we were able to capture that.
Ryan also captured the impacts of California's record-breaking wildfires, which for several days in September of 2020 left a haze over southern BC.
Looking across, you couldn't see the mountains. Was quite a shocking experience for me and all Vancouverites, being used to having some of the cleanest air in North America, and then this past year having the worst air quality sometimes in the whole planet was quite an eye-opener.
Despite never becoming a meteorologist, Ryan still finds a way to focus on Vancouver's weather in his spare time. And through social media, he's found a community that likes to do the same thing.
There's so many people that are tweeting photos about their experiences every day, even if it's just a regular Vancouver day with just a few showers, which isn't very exciting, but it's what we're used to living with around here.